Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and I think you can see that this week has been a fairly, I would say one-way traffic, but it has been a bit up and down. But the trend overall, if you look at it, is looking like it's up. We have a moving average crossover. So at this stage on the 8 hour, I'm looking for pullback onto structure, and that pullback onto structure would validate the trend change for me. And then we'd pretty much be looking to trade only in one direction on the 8 hour. Right now on the 1 hour, you can see the trend has been up for a couple of days, pretty much the whole of the week. So what we're looking for is pullback onto structure to buy. So yesterday, just move this down. You can see that was a previous swing high there. We did close below it and we got on it, and then look at that little pin bar on that level. So if you're paying attention to this chart, if you'd seen that, that would have been a signal, a pretty decent signal as well. There is another bit of structure below, and that's this bit of structure here. That didn't really materialize, and then that dip there below that area, there was also a bit of structure. So what we're looking for today is, again, pull back on structure. Those are the two areas that we want to pay attention to. And the first one here is pretty close to where we are. That's 118.711. And then you've got 118.580. Problem is oscillators are grouped to the upside, so just be wary. I said to you yesterday, when they part like this, we tend to trend up. That's what's happened. So now they've grouped the upside, so I would expect some form of a pullback. You have data today, so be very, 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 very careful with any trades on the dollar. I typically don't bother with trades when non-farm payroll is coming out. I'll wait for the noise to settle before having a look at it. So I'll look probably sort of 15 to half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour after the data, that I'll look at the charts to see if there's anything brewing that we can chase. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, very much range bound, not interested in this. You can see big up, big down, big confusion. We are holding the moving averages. That's one bullish sign that's happening at the moment, but we are sideways, and look at that. So we've had this after hours green bar here for whatever reason that is, but still not really interested in this. So obviously something's happened in Japan that's given us that big bar, but that is sideways, slap bang on the middle of the moving averages. I think I will just sit on the sides and wait for next week before even looking at US dollar Japanese yen. British pound Japanese yen, you can see pretty much similar scenario to the euro, one-way traffic to the upside at the moment. But we had this big move down, and this little structure that's forming does look like a bit of a wedge, doesn't it? And that would, if we just put the Fibonacci on this, we would be very wise just to be paying attention to what's happening here. We passed the 61.8, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this structure is over. And you can see there's a bit of structure here. If we come down to the hour, you probably find a little bit of structure to the left of where price is. Let's just move across quickly. Okay, there's price, and there you go, there's your structure. So, and you see what I mean by structure? You've got tail, or an attempt to break through. Look at those tails there. Okay, so a little bit of structure there as well. Anyway, you look left, you'll find it. So at the moment, we are sort of rejecting that structure. We're also top of this wedge pattern. So the trend is up on the hour. You should only be looking to buy. And where are you looking to buy? Off either 1519444 and 151756. If we break below the low of yesterday, and retest that, that would validate potentially a 1 hour trend change to the downside. But at the moment, trend is pretty strong to the upside. You're looking to buy the pullbacks, and that's the structure that you should be looking for. And lastly, euro British pound. So just on this pair, you know, we've got this area here where there's quite a bit of price action happening. Look to the left, you can see it's pretty messy as well. The thing about this is, remember, this has been in a downward trend for quite some time, and we have held the 155 on the 8 hour for a week, and this is the second week we've held it, and we now got pretty much a fairly decent crossover. I'm still still looking to buy into this, but yeah, because the trend has been down for so long, it is going to be messy. Now, when you look at the hour, it starts changing the picture ever so slightly. We've got bounce off the 155 EMA. We've got the moving averages crossing over at the moment. This is kind of a no man's land. If we start dropping below the low of yesterday, that's going to be validating continuation to the downside. If we sort of break and hold above this 0.85893, there's a potential that we've got a move to the upside. Now, the important thing here is to have a look at your weekly. You can see you had a strong weekly bar, then you had a red inside bar. Now we've got a green inside bar. So that's a bar is inside this bar, which is inside that bar. That's a bearish setup on the weekly. So that is indicating a continuation to the downside. So for me at the moment, this is sit on hand still. I'm not really keen on this. You might as well just toss a coin right now, because there's so much price action to either side, and it is messy. As far as I'm concerned, that is really sideways and messy. Nothing worth trading at the moment. Anyway, that's it for me on Forex. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Enjoy the weekend, and cheers for now.